Guys, I'm very happy to announce that we are now affiliated with U7Buy, a place where you can purchase Ultimate Team coins safely. You could also sell your coins there as well. Do make a purchase with U7Buy, make sure you use our discount code BAR at the checkout and you'll get yourself 5% off, link in the description. Yes, and guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Just before I do get into today's video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for the messages, for the continued support, whilst I've taken a little bit of time away from things. I'm not going to go into it. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't know. But I posted a couple of things over on my community tab where you can kind of see what's going on there. And also, if you follow me on social media, you'll know all about it as well. I'm getting better. I'm getting there. It's taken me this long to actually be able to sit and do a video. I still don't quite feel ready to sit and do a full stream yet. I can promise that I will be back for FIFA 23. But maybe just up until that point, I'll be sitting here and doing little videos like this, little squad builders, and little bits of content around FIFA 23. So hopefully that's alright with you guys. Unfortunately, it is all I can give at the minute. I just don't feel ready to sit for, you know, at least an hour or whatever and do a stream. So yeah, I hope you all understand that. And thank you, a massive thank you to those of you that do, and like I say, for the messages, for checking up on me and everything. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, sadness aside and everything, we'll push all of that to one side for now. That's nothing for you guys to worry about. We'll get into today's video. So I have made, and I'm going to call this like a cheap beast, cheap OP Premier League FIFA team. I'm going to try and do some with other leagues as well. My Premier League knowledge is pretty decent. My other leagues are not. I'm better with some more than others when it comes to like a German league, Spanish league, French league, Italian league, etc. I'd say my second best is probably going to be, I'd probably go German league and then Spanish league, then maybe French league, then my Italian league knowledge is just not so good, but maybe I will surprise myself. So what I've tried to do here, before anyone comes at me and they're like, oh, he's shit, you can get this player who's way better, I've tried to put some players in here that I think are going to be cheaper alternatives, just cheap options, and are still going to get you a job, get you a job done right at the start of the game. We're talking about right at the start of the game. So getting into it, my goalkeeper, I've gone for Aaron Ramsdale. I do also want to say, as a bit of a disclaimer, I'm using FUTBin for this, and not all cards, not all FIFA 23 cards are available on FUTBin right now. Maybe as I do more of these, we'll have more cards at our dispense, more cards sort of available to use. But right now, my options are a little bit limited as well. So bear that in mind with the team as well, please, before you all come at me like, oh, what about this guy, blah, blah, blah. I am open to you guys saying, oh, actually, at right back, you can have such a body because he'll be this rating, he'll be cheaper, but he's got this pace and this defence and this physical. Do you know what I mean? I'm open to you guys saying that, but don't come at me because I'm just using stuff. Criticism is fine, but I've got limited options here. Okay, so Ramsdale I've gone for on the net. I think Ramsdale will be pretty cheap. 82 rated, big upgrade from him for last FIFA as well. My goalkeeper, I am an Arsenal fan for those of you who don't know. I think he'll be a good little keeper to start off with. The alternative, the first one that I could think of that wasn't there actually, and I was initially going to go with him before you'll come at me, oh, you only put Ramsdale in there because Arsenal. No, I was actually going to go with Nick Pope. But having thought, I mean, Nick Pope's card isn't available currently in FUTBin either. And I'm talking about his FIFA 23 card as well, by the way. But I think that Nick Pope might be a little bit more expensive than Ramsdale personally. But yeah, I think if you start off with keepers like that, and then obviously you can then work your way up. Once you've got the coins to do so, you can bring in your Alisson, Edison, or if you go on to pack them, then lucky you, I guess. The rest of our backline then consists. Oh, by the way, I've gone for the 4-3-3-4 formation. I use it a lot. It's kind of like my go-to formation. Yeah, it is what it is. At right back, I've gone for Nelson Semedo, 80 rated, good card. He's quite quick, he's decent defensively as well, good going forward. Kind of what you want in a fullback, and it's very similar with Cucurella as well. If he was a little bit quicker, that would be a little bit better. I think they've done him a bit dirty, to be honest, with his pace. I'd say he deserved about an 80 pace. Personally, but yeah, Cucurella and Semedo are fullbacks there. Just think they're going to be cheap options. Obviously, you can move on to I'm interested to see what Tierney is like, and Zinchenko as well. I'm interested to see their ratings, but then you're looking at your Robertson, and your Trents, and Reece James is actually only an 84, but I still think he's going to be quite pricey, and obviously like your Kyle Walkers as well, by the way, and cards like that. So Trippier as well could be a good option. The two centre-back pairings, I actually really want to try this, so I'm hoping that I get to try this at some point. But I've gone for Saliba. I think he'll be a very good card. I think these two centre-backs will be a bit more pricey. Any centre-back, you typically find any centre-back that has got a bit of pace about it usually goes up in price because of that. And with Saliba and Fofana being 78 and 75 pace, I think that could be a bit of a factor to boosting the price up a little bit, but they still should be quite cheap compared to other centre-backs in the game. Now, I do think that these two might be, I think that out of all of the players in there, I think they're probably the most OP. Let's say they're going to be the most popular ones, I would say. I've tried to play something off a little bit here in the midfield, and I'm not too sure if it's going to work. Now, personally, I would like to get a DM in here. I like to play, if I'm using this formation, I like to have a box-to-box, which could be Kovacic or Nunez. I think they could both do a good job there as a box-to-box, excuse me. Sorry about that, but I would like to get in. I'm interested to see Thomas Partey's card, actually, but somebody kind of like on his level, I would say. So not going to be too ridiculously high in rating, but obviously it depends on what his pace is like. But yeah, I would prefer to get one thing I will, the first bit of criticism I'll give my own team that I built here is I would have liked to have a more of a cheap beast defensive midfielder in here, because I like to have my solid DM, and then my box-to-box, and then a cam alongside that as well. But I couldn't quite get the DM that I wanted. The ones that were there I just thought would be too pricey, and they just wouldn't fit in really. So I played a wild card with Nunez, and then Kovacic is just in there as well. I think they're two box-to-boxes, which is a bit risky. In my eyes, they're two box-to-boxes anyway. Some of you may see that differently, but looking at those cards, to me, they both just kind of seem like box-to-box cards. I keep saying the phrase box-to-box, to apologise. We'll move on from that. The cam, I chose Havertz. You're looking alternatives, you're looking at I think Odegaard could be pretty good. I think he's an 84 as well, actually. So yeah, Odegaard could be alright. I think Havertz will do you a good job, though. You could use Firmino as well. I think he does pretty good as a cam / centre forward kind of thing. Yeah. And obviously, then you would work your way up to your likes of De Bruyne. The new Yaya Touré and Javier Mascherano cards look pretty good as well. So they'd be good to get in there. But obviously, they're not going to be what you start off with unless you're very lucky in the game. And the front three then, I've gone for Anthony out on the right. You got other options as well. You got Saka. But I think Anthony's going to be one of the more pricey options. I think a lot of people will favour him. He's 93 pace there. You whack a bit of a shooting boost on him, you're laughing. Martinelli, I reckon he is one of them cards that will actually be surprisingly quite cheap, and I think he's still a cracking card. I think he's a very good card. Again, give him a bit of a shooting boost, you're laughing. Banging plenty of goals for you, really good player, really nice card. And then up top I've gone for Nunez. Other options would probably be Gabriel Jesus. Might have some cheaper options as well. Interesting to see what Isaac will be like from Newcastle. I think he was an 82 last FIFA, so he could be a good option as well. He was the first one that comes to mind, but unfortunately, his card wasn't available on Footbin. So, but yeah, other options there as well. If you guys want to build your own, head over to footbin.com. or another squad builder. If you can find a better one with a FUT 23 squad builder, bear that in mind. Build some teams and let me know. Yeah, send me your team. Show me your like starter teams. What you'd be happy with to just start your first bit with, until you can start making those big boy upgrades and getting those mega rated players, the better players, in there as well. But I think this is a nice little team. I think it'll do you a job. Like I say, I'd probably swap out either Kovacic or Nunes and get in a defensive midfielder alongside one of those box-to-boxes. There might be some better box-to-box options as well. But I really liked Kovacic last FIFA, actually. I really enjoyed using him. I remember at the start of the game I had him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Go easy on me, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.